What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, another player who's running it up, gaining a ton of LP, basically hard forcing a comp on a server. This is LastKardax, and you can see, look at his top carries here. Just Twitch and Mundo. Everybody else has all these different carries up here, and it's just Twitch and Mundo for him. He's playing on the Middle East server, which I think this is my first time doing a VOD review of someone on the Middle East server. As far as I understand, Kardax used to play on like one of the EU servers. The Middle East server is pretty new. I think it came out like just this year, and he's, obviously one of the top people on this server, which is, smaller population, but certainly, I mean, let's watch the game and see how the VOD looks overall. But yeah, looking at Kardax's match history, once again, rank 3. And I just went to its unit section and look at this. 31 out of his last 50 games on Twitch, 34 Dr. Mundo games. So the majority of his games played on this comp, and he's gained a plus 350 LP just playing. Oh, actually, no, I'll look at a new here. Twitch, plus 431. That's going in the title, playing Twitch, which is a comp that Twitch is not a very common carry. I wanted to actually look at like forecasts, and I just sorted by play rate. Twitch is the third lowest played forecast in the entire game right now, just above Zoe and Silco here. But honestly, like, he's about the same as those. He's basically tied for last there. Also, shoutouts to Ginya916. This is the person who tweeted that Kardax was playing this tech. And the idea is Black Rose Twitch. This makes a lot of sense. One, Black Rose is kind of broken. And two, the board actually fits really, really nicely with Black Rose. Obviously, Mundo pairs here with Dominator, and then the Nunu pairs with Bruiser. And so then Twitch fits in nicely to give you 3 Experiment. You also get to fit the Garen onto this board when you like really, really cap it out. And then obviously like LeBlanc for the super cap as well. So it's a pretty cool board. I'm excited to watch Kardax play it and see like what ideas that he has as far as making this comp work. So yeah, let's hop into a VOD. I will also say my self promo is we are doing another free coaching giveaway partnered with a sponsor. This is Star Trek Fleet Command, as you see down below me there. There's a link in the description. You can download it on mobile or PC, and if you complete the goals, you'll see it cycling through all these goals. I literally just started it, so nobody has done it yet. I'll be shocked if I see any of those populated. Then you can get entered into a free coaching giveaway. And there's also a ton of different goals. So if you are interested in like really like playing a lot of a pretty fun mobile game, like I said, you can also play it on your PC. Then you can potentially get free coaching and, free coaching for a game. I know I yapped a lot about the Metafy sale, but I know some people aren't, in the spot where they can pay for coaching. So, hey, maybe you play a mobile game, get some free coaching. Seems pretty sick here. Starting off here, we have this Conqueror open here with the Draven pair. Looks solid. We're not going to hold on to the set because we don't really have a Bruiser that pairs well with him. We have the Sentinel opener here, and then some of maybe this family opener in this spot here. A little bit surprised he doesn't hold on to some of like the Rebels type stuff. Also, what is this aspect ratio? I feel like it's like stretched out strangely, but maybe that's just me. All right, I'm the carry now. Flurry of Blows, Living Forge. A lot of, solid augments in general here. I think with the idea that we would be angling towards this comp, I imagine I'm the carry now is not bad. It's just another kind of like generic frontline type unit. Living Forge tends to be a kind of broken augment, though I don't know exactly what's like broken necessarily on Twitch. Going long looks great for this kind of strategy just because you are fast 8 and you want to hit it before everybody else, allowing you to pick up those Black Rose units. So that makes sense. There's pumping up as well, which remember Kiyun like pointed out in his tweet. Do I have it open? I don't think I do. But Kiyun was talking about how you basically only play Twitch 1 in 20 games, and you play it with Combat Augment. And Kardax not following that whatsoever. He is opening the sword here. Sword or bow here, looking for potentially Infinity Edge, and yeah, looking like maybe he's just gonna make a Gwynsu and a Redemption here. Yeah, slam the Gwynsu, Redemption, hold on to the rest of these components. Not that concerned with making an IE. It looks like he would much rather guarantee this Gwynsu's Rage Blade. It makes sense, right? Gwynsu is a much better item on the Draven, so he really just wanted to go for basically BIS Draven. And because we are the going long, we're already level 5, which feels really good. Just trying to figure out what our strongest board is here. A lot of different options actually. Kardax kind of cooking here. He ends up playing this Tristana on the board. The only downside with this setup is like, oh, look at this APM. He's swapping around. All right, I'm down. This looks nice. But yeah, this is a cool board as well. You get Pit Fighter in with the Urgot. lot. He also gets Artillerist in hilariously with the Tristana, which isn't going to do a ton, but it's going to be a little bit of extra damage. So certainly not bad whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, it looking like a strong board so far. I like what Kardax has got going on here. Pick up another Darius here, or actually the first Darius here, which is not quite 4 Conqueror yet, but 3 Conqueror. And because we're going long, no reason not to push levels. We have the ability to just push levels whenever we want to because we can't make interest anymore. And it's nice to get the Darius in because that's a lot of extra frontline. This guy we're fighting here with the Tactician's Crown made just to get an extra unit in. The Gwinsu on the Maddie. I mean, we'll be fine. We got 6 units on this board. It's really, really nice to be able to take this and just do a bunch of damage to the lobby, out-tempo people. Feels very good here. And, you know, pushing early level 6 means that maybe we can pick up like an early Twitch, an early Mundo, that kind of stuff that we're looking for. As far as items go, you could take like a Last Whisper. That's probably one of your better slams here. There's also this chain vest that we could use. We don't have belt open anymore, right? So that would be Gargoyle. I mean, I could see it. The idea being that Gargoyle is just, you really want super tank items for Mundo. There aren't that many super tanks in the set, but Mundo is one of the super tanks. Also gonna get out of Pit Fighter. Okay, yeah, he wants to get back. I feel like you have to play Pit Fighter on this board, but he's going to play a couple of Bruisers here. Doesn't really care that much around the Darius. I'm actually surprised he sold off a lot of these units because, like, we don't need to make Econ, and holding onto the Darius seems smart with the possibility of us getting 4 Conquer in. But, I mean, so far, this board looks pretty solid. It's going to transition very naturally into the board that we want. He really doesn't want to sell this Morgana here. Yeah, I wonder if he's, like, like baiting himself into like making gold, even though you can't make gold here. But you know, either way, we're chilling on this board right now, and potentially 5 streaking, which is the big prize here, the 5 streak, especially with this augment. If we can get a 5 streak, that means we're gonna coast to level 8. We're gonna be 8 so quickly here. This guy, though, has a pretty strong Morgana here and a TG on a front line with Lucky Gloves. So can we get through this? I mean, the Swain is incredibly tanky. Is enough. Oh my god, that Morgana burn. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough. This Morgana is just a monster. The triple item Morgana and then the TG. So we end up losing this fight. We can't get our 5 streak, which sucks, but we'll be okay. Pick up the Kog'Maw here with the idea of potentially playing Kog'Maw and then immediately throw it away. Yeah, I like the Draven a bit better as the item carry, especially with the idea that we're playing towards Twitch. We'd rather build AD items. IE is not great on this Draven, but you know, it's better than it would be on Kog'Maw. And he's looking honestly for the pre-level, I would think here. Yeah, sell a Lux in pre-level. He actually is interested in holding on to the Luxes. Oh, I mean, we're always going to pre-level with the extra econ from going long. So I guess it's before that round. All right, itemization wise here, we get dropped a bow here, which he immediately slams the Last Whisper into. Wow. It's actually a little surprising to me that he immediately slams that LW, just because my thought process would be that you would rather have the IE onto Twitch. You know, you have like Even Shroud as a potential slam here, but you know, it would be more awkward. I think this setup looks very solid, and then you just don't make the Even Shroud here. But yeah, it's a bit surprising to me actually that he immediately slammed that LW. I guess he just rates it really highly on Twitch. And also, something kind of annoying. Yeah, Kardax looks annoyed here looking at this other guy who's playing Twitch. I said Twitch quite uncontested, but you know, that doesn't mean nobody's playing him. There's usually like a Twitch player, sometimes a Twitch player in a lobby, and that guy playing Twitch is quite annoying for Kardax here. Next, Augment. I imagine this comp, I mean, let's pull up the tweet and see how many traits you get. And this is a ton of traits for Bronze for Life. 7 traits in, not bad at all. And especially if you can potentially, like, maybe you could potentially drop out of 5 Black Rose and get even more traits in. Bronze for Life makes a lot of sense to me. The only downside, well, there is actually no downside. I was going to say you'd lose out on like the damage amp. Like you don't really care about the damage amp because you play Sniper, but you don't even play Sniper on this board. So it actually works well. And we already have a really good board. 6 bronze traits in here. Yeah, this looks fantastic. I wonder if this is going to change Kardax's opinion of the board, because normally you certainly want to play as many Black Rose as possible, but with something like Bronze for Life, I wonder if we swap out of some of that stuff. I mean, it is, once again, a board that fits together really nicely. You get Bruiser and you get Dominator in, which are 2 kind of like, you know, not insanely broken traits, but they're going to activate Bronze for Life, and you'll be pretty happy with that, with getting those traits in that aren't like the most consequential, but they're good enough. Also, I guess this LW at the end of the day, Kardax is really just interested in playing tempo. Like the reason he slammed LW, it must be that he knows that LW is like way higher tempo than IE, and he's like, if I don't get to IE, you know, maybe he's okay with that, which would surprise me because I feel like IE is quite important onto Twitch, but I guess maybe not. We'll see. Also, we've seen so many Heimeringers. I mean, we can't play around it, but we passed over 2 Heimers so far, but that's rough. He's going to team planner the board, which is very straightforward, exactly what we had on that team planner that was in the tweet. So Yeah, I mean, it really looks like he's just playing for this board basically every game, and it's a cool version of Twitch. I think so many people are focused on the 5 experiment version or the Bruiser plus 1 version. I haven't seen barely anyone playing this, not barely, I haven't seen anyone playing this Black Rose Twitch version, but it makes sense. The only downside is you end up dropping out of Sniper, but you know, maybe you don't need Sniper. Maybe he just does enough damage that he's that much of a beast. All right, items on carousel here. There's a Warmogs that we could pick up. There's also an Infinity Edge that we could pick up. There's also like a Declaw, I guess, if we want such a thing. We are going to take the Cloak here, which I imagine is going to end up being a Declaw. But we'll see here. Could also be like Quicksilver, I guess. And they are finally is one of our high roll units. We pick up the Twitch. It's not, is it necessarily better on our board yet? I'm not sure, but we can go level 8 here this early, get Experiment in. And yeah, actually keep the items onto Draven. I think this makes perfect sense. Twitch here, we don't have a lot of stuff to add for him, so why not just stay on this board for now and just play around the Draven? I think this makes perfect sense and really, really smart. I think a lot of people would get baited here and say, well, I found my late game carry, I got to move items immediately, but Draven is benefiting from Pit Fighter, he's benefiting from the Conqueror as well. Like, Draven's doing a lot of work here, so why move items to the Twitch? And Draven's also really good at like killing units. Twitch doesn't really have that luxury of being great at killing units. Pick up the Elise here, who's a fantastic in on the board as well. He's going to move items over so that he can guarantee the Declaw onto the Swain, and we might stick on the Swain for a while because we have the Elise. Maybe drop out of one of those Black Rose units and then just play the Swain on this board instead. I mean, we'll see, but Swain 2 is hard to pass up, and so far it's been a really good tempo game from Kardax. Maybe even we can just go fast 9 if we win a fight like this, because we're already level 8, accruing that free XP from going long here. So a fast 9, I mean maybe we'll see. I imagine this comes fantastic fast 9, very similar to just regular Black Rose though. Ooh, we're Twitch paired here, and he's just going to start rolling. Yeah, I mean, this makes sense. Now that we have Twitch pair, the value of rolling is disgustingly high, especially because we know we're contested, and we're probably one-way contested max, right? I don't think anyone else is contesting us, and so one-way contested, like, I feel like you get a lot of value out of rolling in a spot like this. Just going to sell out units that don't matter. Pick up a Malzahar here. There's the LeBlanc though, which is a huge in on this board. Can immediately pivot into Black Rose, gets Morgana 2, which is nice. We got to get this Draven out soon, I would imagine. Morello. Ooh, no Morello. We don't have Heal Cut. He opts to make the Death Cap Warmogs. I mean, these are both fantastic items. And so he's just not going to worry about making Heal Cut here, which is a bit surprising to me. I definitely would have looked at the Morello slam here, but I mean, Warmogs is one of the best items in the game, maybe the best single slam in the game. It's just we already have all our tank items done. I mean, Death Cap, you know, we have a LeBlanc, so item for her. I mean, it makes sense, but it's a bit surprising to me, but it makes sense. I guess the other reason he doesn't want to cut out of Raven is that he's actually holding these traits together pretty well. Last augment here, Trifecta, Sword Crown, Bruiser Crown. Don't love any of these. I mean, you could pivot back to the Bruiser version of this comp, but then you're losing out on a lot of traits. So just something like Piercing Lotus looks solid. Ooh, Coronation as well. This just gives so many stats, man. Like 30% attack speed, 30% AD, and 40 AP. Like, it's just so many stats, and it's a crown. So yeah, I think this is a very reasonable pickup. Gets the Caitlyn in here. Gonna move items actually over to the Draven here, and looking at potentially getting the Mundo in, but he would actually have to drop out of some traits to get Mundo in here. Looking at Cassiopeia as well over the Caitlyn. I mean, surely it's the Cassiopeia right now. You're, well, maybe not surely. You do drop out of a trait, and we don't actually have Mundo in right now. I wonder when he's going to pivot into the quote-unquote real board, but I love the slow pivot from Kardax this game. I feel like at no point has he done this really bad habit that I think a lot of TFT players have, where they make their board weaker to make it more simple. You know, it would be very easy for him to start cutting some of these units, moving items over to Twitch here, and, you know, making his board what would be weaker. But instead, we're going to sit on this board, wait until we have enough like better units that we play around this, and then yeah, we can just play this board. I love it. And oh, and Visionary, I guess I also forgot about. Oh, you also get in for Nunu. There's so many traits you get in for free with this this comp. It's actually so nice. Yeah, I mean, here we have wow, how many do we have? 9 traits in. Yeah, the bronze for life value is insane. Imagine if you get the prismatic one. I feel like this comp is so disgusting to play in that version. And it's a nice AD option. A lot of people know that, you know, Black Rose is really good with these type of augments, but I don't think there are any people really playing this option for you know, Twitch. Item-wise here, I wonder if we would ever go for something like an IE, or is he just happy with the fact? I mean, we do have IE as an option here. Wow, he's going to take tier. Yeah, he would maybe, it looks like, rather have this coronation crown onto who's potentially going to be the Twitch later. I mean, once again, it's a lot of attack speed, a lot of AD. I'm a bit surprised that he wouldn't rather go for an IE, but maybe, I mean, at this point, it looks like he's just looking towards itemizing his next units. He's looking for LeBlanc items tier to mana gen and just looking for the duo carry at this point. Also, he has stopped rolling. He certainly could have rolled here if he wanted to, but I think Kardax, on an 8 streak, 95 HP, is saying, you know what? My spot's good enough. I'm just going to go 9. Like, I'm gaining enough XP every single round. Why not just go 9 here and then roll on 9? We have our Anomaly here. I imagine we're going to look for this one's, well, I mean, you're getting, he's going to go for it. Wow. You get a lot of AD from this item. I still don't know if I like this. Because where else are you really getting AD from? Your augment, he looked at Bronze for Life. That does not give any AD. So where else are you getting AD from? You're just multiplying that that AD that you get from the crown. Yeah, I don't love this. I think we could have gotten a better option here, but maybe there's something that Kardax knows that I don't. I mean, it's not like any of these traits are giving Twitch AD, right? Experiment is just giving him the extra damage. Right, the Twitch experiment doesn't give AD. Am I crazy? Let's look this up. Maybe I'm missing a Twitch experiment. No, yeah, it's just the damage. Like the max health damage. So yeah, there's no like AD that you get from that, and Mundo doesn't give AD. So yeah, I generally kind of hate this anomaly just because I think it doesn't do enough. But, you know, maybe in Kardax's estimation, I don't know. Someone, I'm sure, will do the math and be like, actually, it's giving, you know, this point, this much AD. Someone did it when I was streaming the other day when I was like, how much AD am I actually getting from this? And I mean, the answer was like not an insane amount, but not an uninsane amount. All right, Shojin gonna get made. JG looks like gonna get made as well. So yeah, he's really just concerned with keeping this Tactician's Crown onto the Twitch here, having that kind of be the AD item. Also, surprising to me that he's actually going to roll this much on 8, especially after finding Twitch too. But I guess his thought process is that, you know, we're close enough to 9. We do still need to find Mundo 2 on 8. And so, yeah, why not just roll on 8 here? Even though like 9's in a few rounds, we can just roll on 8. We can fit so many units in with the Coronation. Coronation also, the added benefit that I, you know, didn't talk about, but definitely true here, is that you get another unit. So you're getting more value out of the Bronze for Life here. Yeah, I'm pretty shocked that he rolled on 8 that round when he could have just leveled to 9 and then rolled. I know we're getting like all this XP every round, and maybe, I don't know, he wanted to hit Mundo right before this guy, but I feel like we could have just sacked 1, worst case, 71 HP, gone 9. But in any case, the spot still looks very, very good. Another Twitch player, very annoying for us, because if that was not the case, we would actually be able to look at maybe like a Twitch 3 or a Mundo 3 idea. But I mean, either way, the spot's looking mighty good, and the board is doing work here. We're fighting a Kog'Maw board, which, I mean, honestly, this Kog'Maw board looks kind of like trash. They really haven't hit. Oh my god. Woo! Okay, I'm sorry, Kog'Maw. I'm sorry. Okay, I looked at your augments. You are a very tanky Kog'Maw. And I don't know what anomaly you have there, but we did actually lose to the Kog'Maw board, which feels bad. We are down a prismatic, so I guess fair enough. Maybe I shouldn't have well, watch out who you trash talk in high school, because they come back to beat you up. Their name's Kog'Maw. All right, this will be a fun fight. The Visionary board versus our board. How does the Twitch fare? We do have this giant Declaw Mundo. He's tanking for a while, but we're going to end up losing here. Once again, this is a player who, like, I would expect Kardax, especially with a board like this, to go top 4 this game, but probably not to win out because we're down a Prismatic Combat Augment, right? So we'll see how well he can do, how well he can cap on 9, because that's the big thing. I was looking at the IE there potentially. We still don't have, we still don't have Heal Cut built, right? So, did he actually have the opportunity to go for Sunfire there? Actually, let's go back and look for a sec. He did. I wonder why second Redemption over Sunfire here, unless he doesn't really care about Heal Cut from another spot. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Sunfire is just the better option there to get some Heal Cut. Gets Caitlyn here for Sniper, which probably a pretty big upgrade. Once again, it's not like it's necessary, but having Sniper is nice. I guess at the end of the day, a Redemption is more HP onto Garen. HP onto Garen, as we've talked about before, is so broken. Another Heimerdinger player. This is the upside to playing the Twitch comp, is if you can hit your Black Rose frontline, you can always find a Twitch too. Whereas the Heimerdinger board, this guy's stuck on Heimerdinger 1, and we stomp him. Yeah, they also probably lost so much HP digging for that Heimerdinger 1. So this is why you would be interested in playing this comp, right? Twitch is so uncontested that if you end up in a spot where you already have this front line, which is what we hit, we found the Elise, we found the Garen, then you're good, you know? You can just opt to to play around this and you know, be in a spot where you're essentially uncontested. It's pretty cool, and the board looks nice. I mean, just from a traits, especially with this augment, just from a traits perspective, looks good. Also, ooh, this is not a bad fight whatsoever. This is another player with econ augments. It's actually kind of beneficial for us that a lot of the super high cap boards have died out, and then a lot of the boards that seem like they're winning out are these econ augment boards, which are the ones that are actually beatable. Those high cap boards, just they didn't have enough econ to get to their board, right? The Kog'Maw player wasn't able to actually hit Kog'Maw 3. Hey, that's the upside to sometimes taking an econ augment. You cap a little bit lower, but you guarantee that you get there. Gargoyle, last tank item onto the Garen, makes a lot of sense. Rolling down here, really just trying to find some kind of 2-star unit, but he cannot find it. Want to make sure that our Scion is in a spot where he can disrupt the really important carries here. Obviously, we can't really move the Mundo or the Twitch, so we just got to keep those guys in the hexes. But yeah, all right, Scion gonna do a pretty good job of disrupting this Echo, which is nice. Can we beat this guy? This is the guy. Actually, this guy's spoiled, so I don't know if this is the guy we lost to last time, but we do beat them down to 4th there, and we got 1 or 2 more fights. This actually could be a win out. Remember, we're playing from econ augment this game. Like, this should not be a board that wins out, but we are very, very high capped here, especially with the possibility of hitting stuff like LeBlanc 2 and Caitlyn 2, which would be, you know, our ideal. This is a Jinx board. This is like a scrap, yeah, like it looks like a vertical scrap board, but they don't have a Corki on the board. Oh my god, we just get deleted there. I think that was by Jinx Rocket. Yeah, and by just echo damage. Oh my god. This Jinx is casted so many times this fight. Another Coronation board. Does this Coronation augment mean a nerf? Maybe. We're gonna lose this fight. 2 people still alive here. We do pick up Caitlyn 2 though. Big find for potentially getting us to late game. Another like this Heimerdinger guy, by the way, still no Heimerdinger 2. This is why, you know, if you're tired, if you love Black Rose, but you're tired of Heimerdinger, then you can try out this board, and then you can hit your Black Rose units and then actually hit Twitch 2 and then feel good about it. That's my pitch for it. But still, Heimer, I mean, surely Heimer 2 doesn't have enough damage to get through this board. I mean, I've seen scarier things from, more crazy things from a Heimer and a Malzahar. We do end up beating that board. We were just fighting Clone, though, so it's just between us and 6 Ricks. Item-wise here, there's a Black Rose +1. Do we have a Black Rose that we're actually that happy to cut? Looks like Kardax says no, because, I mean, you do really have to look at, like, what are you looking to cut here? I guess if you find, like, a Malzahar, you could cut Morgana, but, like, what if you don't find a Malzahar? So, yeah, he's just going to go for the Shiv, max amount of damage on this board. This guy got Black Rose +1. Yeah, we would also potentially denied Black Rose from them, but they ended up just cutting. It's not like they're going to play 7 here. Moving the Scion around, just trying to, potentially see if we can make it so this Elise doesn't jump right onto our Twitch, which is the really scary thing. I think the Twitch did dodge the Elise there because we had enough units clumped in the middle. And Twitch he's free firing here. Can he get through the Heimer? He can. It's a dub from this spot with an econ augment with this really, really cool Twitch Black Rose board. Like I said, the fact from econ augment that we went out here, I think is really, really impressive. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully this shows like a new comp that you might want to try out. Once again, if you're interested in getting some free coaching, scan the QR code or click the link in the description if you want to play on your computer. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.